You're listening to On the One with D.
This episode has been sponsored by Nightcrawler Farms.
Let me tell you the story about the time I saw cocaine possess somebody like a damn horror movie. So this is a back in the day story. This shit here go back. I was going to have a whole category, like a subgroup of stories dedicated towards this particular time period. And what I wanted to call this group of stories is Tales from the 1900s. I think I'm still going to rock with that. We're still going to put that together, but I'm going to wait till we accumulate enough stories that shit makes sense. But just know that this is from the 1990s. It's evening time around the way. This back in the day, I was a teenager. It's just getting dark. I've been waiting around that afternoon, that evening, trying to grab some tree, waiting on the re-up. At this time, I wasn't even grabbing nothing heavy, probably like an ounce at a time, some shit like that. You might get a zip, like 80 or a buck, something like that. Might put together about a $1.80 out of it. But anyway, I didn't want to go home. I had to put this shit together. I needed to bag this shit up. I was probably going to put together like some 5s, some 10s. And that shit was just, it wasn't no good. I was already under scrutiny at home. I ain't want to bring in no weed. That shit too funky. For a house where don't nobody smoke inside the house, it's too noticeable. It's too noticeable of a smell when that aroma, that reefer hit the air. That shit is too pungent. So I'm not bringing that shit home to bag up. So now I'm on the hunt. I need a spot to bag this shit up. I run into we'll just call him Jason. So I see Jason. Of course, he on the mission. Jason is a local guy in the area that prefers to smoke his cocaine. That's his hobby. That's what he into. I'm probably gonna tell some stories about him at some point. I got a few interesting stories about Jason. So he ends up telling me he knows somewhere I can bag up. He got a spot. The girl probably gonna want, the hookup though. I say, I ain't got nothing but an ounce, maybe 2 ounces. I can't remember. So the most I can afford is like a bag. That's it. I'm not putting together nothing heavy. I'm not kicking out no real money to do some shit that I'm barely turning a profit on anyway.
Hey, well, look here, man. Just give me $10.
He say, nah, she cool. I know she'll let you. She all right, bet. All right, come on, let's go. So he telling me, let's go to a spot. So we're going to call her Martha. Fucking Martha, that's funny. We'll just refer to her as Martha. So he say, Martha live right a couple blocks up the street. She not even all the way in the back of that neighborhood. She right there in the front of that neighborhood. So, all right, cool. Let's go. We headed on up there. It ain't far. It's like 2 neighborhoods away. Now, this particular girl, I'm calling her girl now, but back then I would have looked at her like an older lady, you feel me? But let me tell you, she got her own brand of bullshit with her too. I got a few stories about her. They not really worth sharing. It ain't nothing interesting. It ain't nothing worth me really putting together a story about. Not like this one. This might be the best material I got about this particular chick. I've known her better as time went on over the years, but I did not. This was my first interaction. This is when you go past just seeing someone in passing out on the street or at a store or some shit to actually being in their presence, in their world and getting to see them. So we get there and everything cool, everything chill. Music playing and shit, them two chit-chatting. I think her kids might have been home. But if they was in their room, whatever it was. It wasn't no other adults there that I knew of. It was just me, Martha, and Jason. I'm at the table bagging up. I don't know if I smoked a J in there or was it cigarettes. I can't remember if I smoked a blunt or some shit. Whatever it was, we was just hanging, regular shit, chilling, sitting at the table in the kitchen or the living room. I can't fucking remember. I don't even remember the layout of the apartment. Probably the living room. I'm going to say the living room. I think the kitchen was over there in the cut. Anyway, so I'm at the table just doing my shit. I had my bags and shit already. And as I'm bagging up, I'm not necessarily picking through the tree on purpose, like trying to extract anything out of it. But, as you going through your stash, stems, this wasn't no heavily seeded bud. So I had seeds. I might have had maybe 20, 30 seeds out of an ounce and a half, 2 ounces, however much it was. So I got a pile that I'm scooting, not a pile, but just a little ass fucking debris that I'm scooting to the side, which is just shake, miscellaneous, like real shake, like shit that I don't even want to scoop up and bag up. I don't even want to roll it in a J. So just shake, stems, a little bit of seeds. I'm putting this shit off to the side for me to get rid of and throw away after I finish putting these trees together. Shit only took me a few minutes, it don't take no time to bag up. I wasn't scaling the shit out. I'm just eyeballing bags. So now I'm just about almost finished bagging up. I got like a blunt with me. I'm ready to roll me a J. And she steps up and slides out the room for a second. I'm not paying her no mind, but then she come back like fully dressed, like shoes on and shit, jacket, ready to bust a move. It was either fall time. I don't think it was really winter time yet, but it was definitely fall time. Because, like, it was cold outside. I wasn't in no rush to go back out for real. I wanted to kind of lamp chill for a minute. But I'm noticing she got this motherfucking hat on, jacket, shoes. I'm thinking that's my cue to leave. Like, okay, she must be ready to go do something. We need to step off. But then she confused me. She thought she'd throw me off. She like,
hey, what you gonna do with that?
And I'm looking like, what? She's pointing at the table, and I don't see shit on the table but the trash, like a fucking napkin, blunt wrappers, right in the same little pile with my fucking sticks and seeds. I'm not about to do nothing. I'm going to put it in the trash. I'm thinking that she's fucking with me like, I know you're not just going to leave your trash on my table. But no, the whole time she genuinely asking, what am I about to do with it? Like, do you want it? Can I have it? Type shit. I'm like, what the fuck do you want with that? What do you want this trash for? I got some weed if you want some weed. This crazy heifer tells me,
give me one of them empty bags you got.
I'm not even thinking that this shit about to go the way it's about to go. Because I done already gave her some damn tree for herself. It's like a little bit like bud, like actual buds. This motherfucker take one of my bags and scoop up the damn throwaway shit, the sticks, the stems. She's snapping them, breaking them down into little itty-bitty part of minuscule little pieces of a stem now. And then stuff this bag full of a bunch of what the fuck. Man, she might have even stuffed some damn blunt tobacco for all I know. Somehow she managed to fashion a fucking actual bag out of this bunch of nothing. The type of shit that's ready to get scooped into a napkin and go in the trash. And I'm looking over there at Jason, I'm glancing at him, and he got the same expression I got. We both wondering what the fuck is this bitch doing moment. And then she cold steps off, slides the fuck out.
No, sir, I didn't like it.
Now, me and him get to chatting. We ain't even discussing what type of weird shit she up to for more than maybe a half a minute. We end up just rapping and kicking. I'm telling him I'm ready to bounce up out of there soon. He trying to con and hustle me out of some weed and some money. And both of these motherfuckers smoke coke. And I'm not even very familiar at this time with the real ways of a coke smoker. I've been around the neighborhoods that got the shit going. I've been around the spots, the houses. I haven't been in the presence of the real intricacies of how a motherfucker that fucking with that shit maneuvers. I ain't even begun to see entry-level game. You see when it come down to somebody running game. So little did I know over the next few years from that point forward, I'm ready to see it all. But these are the houses we usually like run up to the stairwell, see who we gotta see, talk for a moment, and then be out. I don't hang inside the houses where these type of motherfuckers hang and lurk and shit. So on one side of it, I'm interested I'm looking to see, this looks kind of normal. This don't seem like no wild shit. Regular ass house. They just doing what everybody do. Music and talking and chilling, playing cards or some shit. Who knows? And then this bitch comes back. This broad comes back with money and crack. She done ran down the street and sold this bag full of bullshit to somebody, to some unsuspecting motherfucker on the block. They done got hit with the whammy. Her ass done got some stones and some cash off a motherfucker.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
So in my mind, I'm already like fucked up, like, oh, hell no, that was one of my bags. See, back then, the streets would know which neighborhoods got which bags, what color bags, what logo and shit might be on them and who's selling what bag. Like, before that shit was the way it is now, where you got this real labels and branded packaging and all that shit. It was word of mouth and small things like your bag size and your bag colors and shit. That shit identified basically your market, your brand, so to speak. So I'm thinking to myself, like, man, that's some bullshit, man. It's about to be, the word about that particular bag going to be fucked up on the streets now because she done stuck some old crazy, weird bullshit that's really trash in the motherfucker. But then I'm thinking on top of that, shit, this motherfucker might be out here and beefing behind that shit. This dude might be on the hunt trying to find where the fuck get his money back. Because, man, ain't nobody taking that shit lightly. You can't sell nobody a whole bunch of nothing in a fucking bag and expect zero consequence. Like, so I'm wondering, is the dude soft? Is he green? Is he a newbie? Is he a rookie? He don't know nothing? Or is this a motherfucker that's sure enough about his business that he might be on get back? So this type shit is crossing my mind. Then I'm also amazed and shocked, like, this bitch is comfortable doing crazy shit. You could have just asked for some fucking more weed. You could have told me, give you a bag, you want to sell it, and then we could have split the money. But you busting the weird move, the cruddy move on purpose. So now I'm kind of just intrigued. I want to sit back and observe this crazy shit here. Then what's really tripping me out, they ready to get busy. They ready to smoke. I seen plenty of people buy crack. I seen people run off into the alley and behind buildings and even just cover up with a jacket like they smoking a cigarette in the wind. I seen people dash and dart off to go smoke. I've never at that point seen somebody straight up blast a pipe right there, except like in a movie and shit. I just want to see this shit for a second. I want to see these two motherfuckers flame their damn stem up, and I'm out. I'm going to get the fuck out of here before whoever she just sold that shit to come in this motherfucker looking for her crazy ass. Now, at first, I did tell them I'm ready to go. I'm ready to leave. But on some weird shit, Jason was insisting, like, no, don't go yet. Wait for me. I'm coming with you. I need to get back down there. So I'm thinking he probably want to get the fuck away, possibly for the same reason I want to get the fuck away. But he just was telling me, hold off a second, let him get a hit off of what she got, and then we can both roll out. She's starting to agree with him. Like,
you know what? I don't like a lot of traffic. I don't like a lot of in and out the door. He right. Wait till we smoke this right quick, and then both of y'all can leave together.
So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I want to see this shit. So she loaded up her motherfucking contraption and commenced the smoking. Now Jason's losing his damn mind. He's over there anxiously awaiting his turn, waiting for his turn at bat. She ain't getting the fuck off the mound, off the plate, wherever the fuck.
I don't know neither one y'all talking about. Can you please give me the crack?
She getting busy on that motherfucker. She telling him,
Wait, I got you.
She already done snapped a little fucking piece, his crumbs or whatever. Can't remember if she set it to the side, handed it to him, however it was. But you know, house rules. Her house, her coke, her lighter, her pipe. It's her world. He's just a squirrel. So Martha commenced doing her thing. She's going to town on this motherfucking pipe. Yeah, that shit is crazy. Just watching these motherfuckers face cheeks all sunk the fuck in from the damn vacuum pressure. And then they do lighter games. I don't know, each one of these motherfuckers think they're some kind of damn firebender. The way they damn got these self-taught pipe techniques. It's some strange shit to watch, but this bitch is pipe twirling and fire flicking and shit. And this is when the shit starts to get weird. At first, her fucking voice gets like raspy, starting to get deeper in tone. But at first, it just sounded really dry. So I'm thinking that maybe that shit just dried her out or it's numb. I heard coke make people numb. I don't know. I'm assuming that it's just some smoking shit. I know that you smoke some weed or some cigarettes, it might make you cough, choke or something. So I'm thinking that's just some smoking shit she going through because the voice changed. But it was a little strange because the first thing she say after the voice change is, lock the door. Go over there. Oh, shit. Jason goes over there and locks the door. Now, I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm not feeling paranoid or nothing. I think that shit was a little fucking creepy sounding, but I get it. You smoking, you getting paranoid. Why the fuck wasn't the door locked anyway? You just got finished ripping somebody the fuck off. This bitch is smoking shit that I didn't even know how was it possible. Like, for the little ass micro dot of shit I seen you put in that damn pipe, you should ought to be done by now. She's conjuring up more smoke and she's flaming this fucking thing. I can't even remember if it was a fucking metal antenna or an actual glass stem. Whatever the fuck she was smoking, she's working magic out of this motherfucker. And then she getting to it. He's telling her like,
I haven't even got mine yet.
she's telling him no, but she's not using words. It's all shit like that, and facial expressions and shoulder shrugs. He's getting the stiff arm, the nonverbal, all body language, eyes roll, facial expression, stiff arm. Like, no, wait your turn. I'm not done yet, type of shit. Now here comes the reptilian shit. This chick gets the flicking her fucking tongue out real fast, like a damn snake, like a reptile, like a lizard. And I'm looking at him, and I'm looking at her. Then I look back at him. He's doing the same shit. He's looking at me. Then he looks back at her. We both keep looking back and forth like, hey man, what the fuck is up with this reptile shit? Why does she keep snake flicking her tongue? Like, this is some real odd shit. What the hell is going on here? Straight up, no bullshit. This bitch, eyes rolled in the back of her motherfucking head like a damn horror movie, like a fucking exorcist or some shit, and says, "Don't look at me." And now me and him both is freaked the fuck out. I'm like wondering, is this normal? Is this what happens? Is this what cocaine does to people? He's looking at me and said some crazy shit. I can't remember if he said it at that point or moments later, but this motherfucker was like,
"I'm sorry, man. I shouldn't even have brought you here. I ain't even want you to have to see this shit."
What the fuck? You are aware that this is what happens? This crazy bitch like, bro, I swear the whole vibe changed, man. It seemed like the music stopped, wasn't no TVs on and shit. And this crazy motherfucker is just morphing, man. This bitch fucking face is changing shapes and dimensions and shit. You don't see nothing but the whites of her eyes, which ain't too clear white because, I mean, who knows what type of drinking and drugging the fuck she's doing. Voice changing, tongue flicking. And I said, this motherfucker is possessed by the devil. I'm thinking this bitch got the devil in her. This motherfucking we need an exorcist in this bitch. We need the power to compel you. I don't know whether to fucking run, whether to stay in place. Look, I ain't lying. I contemplate the shooting this bitch. I had a little something with me. And I'm wondering, am I gonna have the ability to kid my way out of this shit like the OK Corral? I'm confused as a motherfucker. Then I'm watching him. He's looking scared, like he genuinely terrified. So maybe you didn't see this shit before. Maybe you didn't know it was coming. I'm not sure what the fuck is going on. She senses the tension. She's trying to talk normal and tell me everything cool. She chilling, don't pay her no mind. How the fuck can I not pay you no mind? You currently have a fucking quarter legion in you all fighting for space like the motherfucker from Split. Mind you, I've seen all kinds of mental episodes. You'd be surprised the shit that I'm familiar with, but I ain't never seen this one before. There's some new shit for me. I've heard people say shit like, man, that crack is the devil. I didn't fucking know that they meant that shit for real. I didn't know you smoke that shit and literally fucking get possessed by a demon. At this point, she's finally relinquished the fucking pipe and the pieces of crack for him to take his hit. Now I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to pop both of these motherfuckers if he smoke this shit and get to tripping and transform like she over here. I'm watching this bitch look like, man, look, it's a fucking TV show that used to be out when I was a kid. I do not remember the name of it. They had this werewolf. It was about this guy. It was a werewolf motherfucker. Weird, creepy shit. Occult type shit. Like the dude used to get a bloody painted pentagram in his palm in the full moon, and that's how the fuck he knew he was ready to transform. Anyway, this crazy heifer was looking just like somebody from that fucking show going through metamorphosis and shit. I'm watching her devolve back into a human as her fucking buzz gets to wearing off. He's trying to beam and blast up, except he ain't turning into a fucking demon-possessed gremlin goblin like she did. Crazy shit. Scared the shit out of me. I had to keep my poker face on. I kept my game face on real tight. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. My fucking heart was pumping fast as shit. I'm thinking how I'm gonna fucking get up out of here. This bitch got, I don't know what the fuck they got going on. All I know is it was two of them and who knows how many other entities between me and that door. Shit was strange as shit. I'm smoking my weed at the time, so I'm getting high off the weed too. Whole shit was freaking me the fuck out. Strange ass situation. Fortunately, it didn't take long before the levels of their geeking balanced out and found some kind of harmonious resonation, you know? I don't know if that made sense, but I probably made it sound real good. But let's just say, when one was high-strung and one was low, or when one was anxious and the other was nervous, with all the imbalances finally balanced out, all was normal. The incense started smelling like incense again. The fucking place didn't smell like burnt plastic. That's just my description of what the fucking coke smoke smelled like. Shit smells horrible. It smells like burnt plastic in my opinion. Then these two motherfuckers acted normal as shit all of a sudden. It's like they snapped out of their weird shit. They came back from zombie land and fucking turned into regular humans again and said normal ass farewells, unlocked the door, and then we rolled the fuck out. I walked back to the neighborhood with this motherfucker. As soon as I had a chance to split and walk a different direction, that's the first thing I did. I fucking made it home late. I was fucking already in trouble for a series of things, compounded problems, bullshit I kept getting into. I think I wasn't even supposed to fucking been out past like either 10 or 11. And who the fuck knows how long I stayed in there. I ain't get back in till late. It's like, this is some bullshit. I need to hide my damn pistol and this motherfucking weed before I go in the house. Yeah, it was a fucking weird-ass night. One of them nights where you wish you'd have just stayed in from the fucking beginning and never even went out. I didn't accomplish anything but getting a bunch of tree that I didn't even enjoy until a different day. But that was one of my early introductions into the world of the local coke smokers and their adventures. And as I usually do on a lot of my strange nights or days, I ended the day in the backyard, late as shit, maybe 2, 3 o'clock at night, just smoking a J, to myself reflecting on how weird life can get and the unexpected shit that we fucking stumble across and end up getting into. So that's my story of first time I saw somebody transform into a goblin or a gremlin from smoking cocaine. Link up on social media for chances to enter the nonstop giveaway or for any questions or concerns. And this story was actually by special request. This is from somebody that reached out on the social media and specifically requested, tell a story about crack and bitches. And I cracked the fuck up. We laughed like shit when I told my homies about it. We read that shit. And I had to think real hard. I had to think of what's a good story because I couldn't even think of no story where the crack world that I knew and the exploits with the girls I knew, these worlds didn't merge that often. So I had to really reach deep into the recesses of my memory and find a story that fit. So this is my special request. Shout out to the individual that hit me up and requested this specific topic. And so any other story requests, reach out, email, or social media, and I got you covered. Thanks for spending this time with me listening to my story. Take it easy, be safe, have a good one. Until the next one.